everyone. Welcome here to the Flash After Show here on the Stream.tv, the fastest show ever here. It's going to be awesome. I don't know what I'm saying. Too much caffeine today. My name is Louis Love. I'm your host as always. And we have...
Sabina Ibarra from Legion of Leia. Hello.
Hello.
David Moore, real cool dude. Always keeping it up here on the Flash and YouTube and all that jazzy stuff.
Amazing. We're really happy because we loved today's episode. I think we're in the same page here. But hey, if you want to join in on the fun, go ahead, call us on your social media, hashtag #TheFlashAS. Ask us any question, and we may try to get it in on the show. We're monitoring the stuff right now. So get on your Twitter, Instagram, what else is out there?
Facebook,
MySpace.
Yeah. Sure, there's like 3 people there still, I think. So those 3 MySpace people, you better
to
share.
find us. Yeah,
Share
it.
So tonight's episode of The Flash, we call it Attack on Gorilla City, and I'm going to start with Sabina over here, our very own Supergirl. Real quick, what do you think about the show, today's episode, actually? Before we get into details.
You guys, it was Planet of the Apes. Is this, was it Planet of the Apes?
Damn
kinda?
dirty.
It was Kong Skull Island and Planet of the Apes put together.
Yeah.
No, but really, though, it was interesting to see the characters go to Gorilla City, and I know there's been a lot of hype leading up to that, and I think it was well worth the hype.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think?
Okay. That's all I gotta say about that. No,
Wait, Canary has a cameo?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
That was my Black Canary. Black Canary. No. I enjoyed the episode, but I felt like it was a little lacking. So, I think we can further discuss and dig in deeper, but I definitely wanted a little more than what I got from tonight.
There was definitely a lot of focus on relationship connections in this episode.
It felt very CW.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second because yesterday we talked about Supergirl and they were on a Valentine's trip, and today we get some relationship stuff on the Flash. But the show opens up and it resolves an issue that we want to know is what the heck happened to Wally? What was it? Harry Wells?
It's
Harry.
Harry. Yes.
And we see him get kidnapped.
He got taken.
Yeah, taken by a giant gorilla.
Yeah, and Jesse needed people with a certain set of skills.
She did it. She did it.
To get in there and save her dad. Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
They will find him. They will rescue him. Yeah. I mean, we knew that was gonna happen. So I guess it was cool to see them assemble and go forth. But again, I wanted more. I wanted a little more stakes. But just the way it set it up, it was kind of like, okay, here we are confirming what's going on. All systems go. Let's see the adventure take place.
And then we see Jessie. She's kind of getting used to the new, how everyone is, the crew is. And she finds out
there have been a lot of adjustments, yeah.
Yeah, and she finds out that Wally has powers. And like everyone else in the show, she doesn't like him having powers. It's like, it's like if I go to my friends,
anytime anything nice happens to him, it's just like rejection.
It's like if you tell me, hey, I just graduated from this awesome university, I'm like, oh, man.
Now it's competition in the job market. It's like, come on, really?
Well, let me ask you, Sabina, if you had friends like that, wouldn't you just be somewhere else?
Yeah, totally. I was just like, why is she tripping out on him? He's trying to kind of connect with her, although he does go a little cocky with I'm a speedster too, let me do this thing, and kind of outshines her at some points. And so I kind of get her feeling a little bit like, what if he's not interested in me anymore? Because the thing that I thought made him interested in me, he can now do.
Right.
Yeah, but why would she even consider him then? She'd be like, hey, this guy just likes me for my speed. Be gone with this guy.
I thought that was very weird too. I thought it was weird how she wanted him to be a Speed Force groupie. What? How do you? Maybe it was something about feeling like she was the special one.
Right.
I have this thing, it's my thing, and that makes me feel unique.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, you can do it to.
Yeah, but it seems like everyone
Hey.
responds like that. Wally, when he originally got his powers, Barry didn't want him to have powers. It's
I
like,
remember the cameo. I'm forgetting the actor's name, but the guy like from Lost and Heroes who, he was kind of like, we don't need two speedsters and all that. Yeah.
the guy from Lost and Heroes.
That dude.
Tell
That
us.
dude.
That's right.
Tell us. Ask us. Or
And every nerd thing
Yeah.
on the planet.
you can educate us on your social media at the Flash
Live
AS.
chat.
Go ahead.
Live chat. I see a bunch of y'all watching. Tell me who
Oh my
that
gosh,
man
we have
is.
a lot of comments
Who
on
is
YouTube.
that man?
So we got a little bit of a better look at Gorilla Grodd. Personally, oh my gosh, this budget on the show must be huge because when they
Right.
first introduced Gorilla Grodd, he looked a little iffy. This was like in the first season.
Yeah.
But now they've perfected it. I think it's almost as good as we're seeing with Matt Reeves in the Planet of the Apes. What do you think, Dave?
I don't know.
Maybe
we're quite
character
there.
design.
Yeah.
Character design was cool. The graphics are really good, but I don't know if I can
don't
compare
know.
them to Planet of the Apes, the new ones that we got going on.
My homegirl Sarah, who was sitting and watching the episode with us, said that it looks like Carjack from Tarzan, and it kind of does.
Yeah.
I couldn't even think that as soon as she
Yeah.
said it. I was like, yeah, no, totally. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
But CG.
Right. I mean, I think that there was something cool to the Grodd shrouded in darkness when he was in the
Yeah.
sewers, and it was dismissed. It got scary. Like it was a legit, thriller episode, and so him all bright and shiny in the open, it was cool to see.
They had to do that though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But I feel like in that, though, we lost a little bit of that edge
Mystery.
of the character. Yeah, I
Mystery.
love when there's mystery behind the character. Now he's starting to feel like, one-dimensional villain. Like, okay, I have a plan. I don't like you guys. Now watch me execute said plan. There was conflict with him before. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not CW. I love you guys. I love everything you're doing. Kreisberg, your team, awesome. But come on, you guys have been killing it with everything. But this time, it was lacking. It was lacking. It was lacking. It was lacking.
I loved it. But back to the CG. What do you guys think of the look of the city?
Please.
I mean, I think they're definitely going for that Jungle Book vibe where everything is a combination of CG with like live action actors in it. So that was interesting. They had that like full pan around the arena with all the apes, and I was like, this is like some gladiator.
That was like the CW flexing their muscle.
Yeah.
Going, look at all this
But I
budget
mean,
we have.
I know I'm
Budget.
jumping
Impress the
here.
hell out of
I
you.
know I'm jumping here.
What?
Because you mentioned the arena. But I loved that moment they gave Barry to pull off a gladiator. Like, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Like, I did like that sequence. I know I'm jumping the gun, but that is because I've been so negative on the episode so far. I want to say there was a glimmering moment of hope that I truly did enjoy, and I did enjoy the arena sequence.
Cool. And then we see Gorilla Grodd kind of like take over people to use as a vessel for his voice, right?
That was creepy. That is like kind of unsettling. Like, where do you go while this is happening to you? Are you
Right.
present? Are you watching this like from the inside of your own brain?
Right.
Or do you just like go away?
Yeah, like, are you paralyzed?
Right.
And just a puppet to him.
Right.
And
I
it felt
think
very,
that's the
Independence
point.
Day.
Yeah.
Remember around
Yeah.
when the guy was like, "Release me" on the glass? Felt very the first Independence Day, the good one.
I like part 2, by the way.
Oh, get out of
no,
here!
no.
We're no longer friends.
So who do you think did the Gorilla Grodd voice the creepiest? Because we saw our heroes.
Harry, hands
And
down.
So just to
Harry
catch
did a really good job. He
was
had that
phenomenal.
range on
Oh,
the
yeah.
actor. where
That-
he's-
yeah, Tom
he's
Cavanaugh.
Harry. He's HR. He was Grodd taking over like Harry. That's incredible.
Live
Yeah.
chat. Hashtag Tom Cavanaugh deserves an Emmy.
Yes.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
He truly
Right now.
deserves an
He
Emmy.
does.
He is phenomenal on this show. And again, like you said, the range. I love it. I love it. Because you buy it. Every time
Yeah.
he does something, it's not like, okay, that was silly, that was corny. Like, no, you are
Yeah.
fully invested in anything that actor
And
did.
he's so endearing, even as HR, like giving Jesse advice later on in the
Love
episode.
advice.
Love advice.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because it's still kind of her dad,
Yeah, in
right?
a way, it's still her dad.
So we'll get to that in a bit. So remind me, please. So what was I gonna say? Okay, so the crew's inside a cage. You know, we were introduced to the main guy in Gorilla City. It's like a big ape. What's his name? What's his name again? Solovar. And he like totally pushes Gorilla Grodd around, which was unexpected for me. He's like, "Bah, do what I want." He's like, hey, Gorilla Grodd wants to overthrow him, so he can take over Earth 1.
Right.
Or he says, "I want to overthrow him, so I will stay here with my gorilla friends and not do anything to
First he
Central
throws a
City."
curveball.
Right.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love that. That was good too. The whole double cross. Because like that was something.
You found something good?
I found something else I liked.
gosh.
You know, because that was one of the things that I loved when he was first introduced. There was a conflict within him. You know about that felt very like these remakes of Planet of the Apes, where it was like most of you guys suck, but I like a few of you, and I like that they touched on that again, and you really you had this moment where it's like, ooh, I hope Grodd is kind of trying at least, we know in the comic books he's a bad guy, but I like the idea that they were introducing him having that conflict. He was fighting within himself, whether to do good things or bad things, but then they threw the curveball where he's like, psych! I hate all y'all.
Just so you know, Princess B says this is the best episode of the season.
Really?
So she's putting you in check, brother. All right, keep them coming.
Yeah.
Flash AS on your social media. So we're going to go. They had an arena fight at the end. And what do you think of that?
Oh, that was... it was a little silly, but I enjoyed it, honestly. I liked how Flash bit the dust and then came back. He came back and, pulled reverse Flash and punched the guy in the gut.
In the gut.
It was in the gut.
I like that they coined that phrase for the move, or that is do the reverse Flash. Get it in there.
And then before they fought, we saw that Cisco was like, what was his line? Which I think he was trying to promote Injustice. It was the video game Speedster versus Gorilla. And I'm like, Injustice 2 plug.
Yeah, I did like how they kind of gave that. How you were talking about how Flash slipped up a few times. I thought it was cool. I was wondering, this is gonna be too easy. How are they gonna pull this off? But it was really smart tactics to throw Flash off his game.
For a moment thought that Flash was actually going to kill someone.
Right.
And I like that he took that stand and said, no, you all think we humans want to kill you and we don't.
Right.
And we don't want no part in this.
Yeah. I do like when Solovar met with them in the jail cell.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, yeah, no, you guys are going to die and it's going to be by my hand. It was a very Solovar, catch me outside, how about that moment.
And what was also interesting is what he thought of humans.
Right.
His point of view. We got a little bit of the ape point of view. Is like, why are you here? Do you want to use this for experiments, or do you want to use this as pets?
Right.
So we get a little bit of a base there. So apparently, according to Damon Charleston, he says, too bad Solovar wasn't written as a villain. He's an ally of the Flash. I didn't know about that. What do you think of that?
Well, yeah, I was doing a little homework on it, and yeah, well, that was the thing. They made him seem like he was genuinely a villain, but then with the double cross, we learned that he wasn't really a villain. He was genuinely looking out for Gorilla City.
Yeah.
It's Grodd who has the, aspirations beyond Gorilla City and wanting to, destroy Central City and all that jazz.
But I hope we do get more from Solovar because he's voiced by Keith David, who it's always good to hear more of.
Well, there we go.
So definitely, I mean, with that casting, it's not necessarily stunt casting. I feel like there has to be something there.
Right.
So you think they hired him and they invested so for future stuff?
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, Flash didn't kill him, so he's there. And I think that especially come next week's episode, we're probably going to see more of Solovar.
So East Blue Drew, I'm trying to get more comments from our social media. And you know what, guys? Thanks for joining in on the fun. I think the entire concept of the after shows are not for you guys just to watch us. We want you guys to join in and, feel free. Any opinion you have about the show or what you like or what you didn't like, bring it, because that's we want to include everybody.
Exactly.
I think that's one of the strengths here. So East Blue Drew says Grodd is pretty simple in every Inception. So
Right.
the character is pretty much
Right.
Yeah.
But see, and that's what's interesting. Good point. Good point that you made. Because again, Kreisberg and the team, they made him a little more complex when he was first introduced. You know, and that's what I loved. I just don't want them to lose that. In this episode, felt like it was kind of getting there. I mean, the double cross was cool, but again, that's still a very villainous thing to do. Double crossed you, Shay. Like, I wanted a little more complexity with the character since they gave me that already. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think they're saving all the punches for next week.
It's always about next week,
Right.
Right? It's always about next week. So Barry beats him, and then he has this speech in the arena, and he tells the gorillas, hey, you know what? We're here like we're in peace. We don't, we want to be friends. We're not what you think you are. Then Grodd explains to him later that the gorillas are actually now even more scared of the humans from Earth 1 because the way he beat up Solovar.
Right. It looked like he just took him out with a punch.
Yeah. So they're ready to invade.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So we got that, and our crew, our heroes, they escape, and Cisco opens a portal, and then goes
This
ahead.
happened so quickly, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was kind of underwhelmed because it was like, I have double-crossed you, and now we're going to run away, and we're running really fast, and he throws the portal, and they all leave, and it's kind of clean.
And did you think, another thing that was kind of interesting to me was, what is the reach of Grodd's power? Because I remember one of the big issues in the first time we saw him was he can read your mind. So how did he not know that they weren't lying? And how was he not listening in on that whole trickery to begin with? Like I said, again, there's just so much there that I wanted more of because, that was a simple
and
trick
some of the things that they were like, we're considering to do seemed really out there. Like, they were like, Caitlin, we need you to kill somebody.
Yeah.
And like, let's use our powers to kill people. To kill Cisco.
How's about Cisco?
How do we go from like, just like, how do we get out of here to like, we got to kill Cisco? And Cisco's like, yeah, we got to kill me.
Well, Cisco.
And then she's like, I don't want to. Like, wait, where was her agency? I was like, why are these dudes just telling her what to do?
And then Julian's all like, yeah, kill him. Kill him.
No,
Yeah,
Cisco goes, you gotta kill me, and Julian said, yeah, go for it. It's like, no, like, dude, we gotta think of another alternative.
Although Julian was at first like, I don't want you to become something that you're not, and I don't want you to be Killer Frost and lose yourself. And
I'm still
Caitlin's
done
like,
with Julian.
oh.
I'm like,
How's about Harry?
I hope he doesn't die.
How's about Harry? First time he sees Julian, he calls him Indiana Jones.
yeah, I love that. It's like,
He was more like Nigel Thornberry minus the really big nose.
Wild Thornberry's reference. I love it. I love it.
Outfit. It was adorable.
Yeah. Good time. Oh, real quick, on Facebook, I Am, I think I'm saying that right. I Am, what's up? I like your comment here. She said, I thought Harry's voice as Grodd was awesome, scary yet sexy-ish.
I agree. Yeah.
Boom, there it is.
Which
Totally.
part, sexy or scary?
It was sexy. Yeah, it was a little
You
sexy.
liked him dropping the baritone.
That baritone.
Yeah. That monkey love. You like that monkey?
So we saw. I don't know why.
Okay, all right. Good times.
So we
That
saw.
was for you, I Am.
Not the only one that thought that.
Hashtag monkey love.
So
All right.
at the end, we saw the end after we see Gorilla. Well, first of all, Jesse decides to take HR's advice, which is not really your dad, but looks like the dad.
Yeah.
Takes his advice and decides to stay now on Earth 1.
Because she's in love with Wally, and they're gonna be together, and they're gonna be a thing. They're the ship.
Yeah, so it was like the Valentine.
Yeah, this was their Valentine's
This was their
episode.
Valentine's Day
Right.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's your favorite couple on The Flash right now?
I don't. You know what? Oh, here we go. I like Joe and the cop lady. I'm forgetting her name, but I'm liking
yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, that's a good couple.
That's a good couple.
Because he needs it. Everyone else.
Yeah.
he needs, let out some steam. He needs a little love. Not monkey love, but some love. And I really like seeing him have those moments because he is, an overwhelmed dad.
Yeah.
And his children are banging, and it's...
Okay, there's just so many sentences in this show that
I know, don't hate me. I know, I'm joking. I jest, but it's kind of weird, a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, he's dealing with them and them going on these missions and all that stuff, and then he's a cop at that, so he's dealing with the city. He never just has Joe time. And then Miss Cop Lady comes in and he got Joe time. So I like seeing Joe. That was a long explanation for Joe.
Definitely Julian and Caitlin.
Really?
I am rooting for them. I thought it was really
I thought you were rolling your eyes at that during the screen.
So. Say it ain't so.
Rolling my eyes at other things. I honestly think that they could make it work. I know she feels that anyone who's interested in her is doomed, and I kind of like that little danger. And then when he was like, I will be frightened, but I want to be frightened with you. Let's go get some steak. I was like, yeah, sounds good to me. I'm here for it.
That's the way to a woman's heart. Steak.
So at the end, the conclusion of the episode is confusing people a little bit.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a debate. We go back to Gorilla City, and Grodd looks awesome. He's sitting on the throne. He is King Grodd at this point, with all the armor.
The armor was dope.
Yeah, the armor was badass.
Yeah.
And there's thousands of apes behind him. And he's looking for another way to get into, Earth 1. So I think, and we Googled this, he summons Gypsy.
Everybody on live chat, on YouTube, and on Facebook,
Gypsy.
all of them are saying, what was Gypsy doing there? Why was she there? What's up, Gypsy?
Well, I think if you remember, she did
maybe
it, Gypsy.
did she come in through the portal that was opened?
No, Gypsy is actually
she's
from
a
Earth,
hunter.
right?
Oh, she's
a portal. People who...
Yeah, so she hunts down people who are breaking the interdimensional laws or whatever. So, but yeah, that does make...
So it's like a triple cross to get her to show up?
I don't know. Like, I'm wondering if maybe, like, the reason she was even there was because she noticed that, our Flash group jumped again.
Yeah,
and maybe she was going to investigate that. I think that's more of a side effect that Grodd took a shot at. Like, there's someone else here who can do what Cisco did. So bye, Cisco. Let me get your girlfriend. So.
Well, part of Grodd is that he's hyper intelligent, right?
Right.
So he's going to look for other alternatives.
Now that would be interesting if he mind Maguzits Gypsy into fighting Cisco, and Cisco does have to put her down. That would be compelling.
You mean down like kill?
Down.
Like dead.
That would be some compelling stuff. I don't want it to happen, because Gypsy's pretty. But I think that would be fantastic, because we need something to we need to shake things up. Things are getting a little too safe. They're starting to get a little too formulaic. We need to shake things up.
The team is pretty big,
It is. There's too many people.
The team
right
is
now.
very big right now.
Someone got to go.
Exactly.
And it'll be really upsetting. Please don't let it be Tom Felton.
And now we have Jesse's now part of the Earth 1. So
right. It seems like too many. There's
many
3
speedsters.
Bye,
on Earth
Jesse.
1.
See, I have a theory.
Right?
I've been saying this for a couple episodes, and we've had a few that have brought this up. Is I actually think Thursday night is open. They have it open for the CW, and I think there's something in the works
Something
there.
brewing.
Maybe the Super Friends, something.
I would love that.
Yeah, we have the Legion of
You know
Doom.
what though? I think we would need to lose a show. Because I think maybe we do something epic in Legends to end it on an awesome note, but also have that lead into a JLA or something, if they were to do something along those lines. Because I think that because now every show has a team now.
Yeah.
Arrow's got a team. Supergirl's got a team. Flash has a team. Legends is a team. So I think we need to lose a team, And if we're gonna do another one, or we need to start losing people within said teams.
Well, we also need a few more bad guys because I think there's a lot of good guys now.
Right. Or just a more powerful
bad guys.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
A more interesting, more powerful bad guy to really be a threat because there's so many around. It's like that's kind of like what Marvel's doing with Thanos. You know, like they're trying to introduce him as like this big baddie. That's why they need everyone to come together to take him out.
Yeah.
We need a baddie like that in the DC TV universe.
Well, we have a comment here from East Blue Drew. I hope I got your name right, sir. And he says Black Lightning is coming to the CW.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I heard about that. It's the Black Lightning.
Yeah, my buddy from the Splash Report kind of has a little bit of a synopsis if you guys want to check it out. So check that out, Black Lightning. That may be on Thursday nights as well. So, Sabina, you actually played the trailer after we saw it. Could you describe it a little bit for next week? Trailer for next week?
Grodd's in Central City,
Right.
guys, and
Attack on Central City next week, right?
Central City.
Pretty good play.
Yeah, no, it seems like things are gonna go down, and maybe we'll lose someone. You know, like.
Gosh, you guys really want to lose someone.
I kind of do. I'm sorry. I want to lose somebody.
Someone should die.
Someone's gonna die. We want somebody to die. We want blood.
Yeah, I think we need to shake things up. We definitely need to shake things up. So, and I think that's going to be the biggest kind of shakeup we can do. And I want them to commit. I need them to commit, like not like Arrow where we lost someone, but we're gonna replace that person. Like, granted, I do like our new Black Canary. She's dope.
She's dope.
I mean, I guess she's the Black Canary. She really is the real Black Canary. But anyway, but yeah, no, I want them to not do the comic book thing and bring somebody back magically in some kind of way. I want them to commit. We lost someone. It hurts.
People die.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it needs to happen.
I need something big enough to happen for Barry to leave the timeline alone.
Yeah.
Freaking A. Like, what is it gonna take? What is it gonna take? He's gonna have to like lose his legs. He's gonna have to be a nub. He's gonna be a spinning nub before him to stop messing around with the timeline.
So how many gorillas do you think are actually gonna come into Earth 1?
I would love to see like.
It can't be all of them.
It needs
I
to
would
be
love to
a
see like at
bunch.
least like 200 or something.
200?
I want to see like hundreds of apes, damn dirty apes, coming and through that portal.
Now, here I have a theory, guys. So I was thinking about this. We have these 2 episodes. They have something to do with a gorilla, and it's on the CW. And let us know what you guys think over there in internet world. Is Kong Skull Island's about to be released, and they're both the same.
They're both Warner Brothers.
They're both
They
Warner
have
Brothers.
That, like,
Do you
very,
think
like,
they're
watercolory sepia green and orange tone happening? And I was like, I see you, Warner Brothers. Some cross promoting.
Is that a cross promoting to keep
It feels
apes
like
on
it a little
subtle?
bit.
Some subtle,
Yeah, some subtle, like, you thought this ape action was great. Go see Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, for mega ape action.
For mega ape action.
Monkey love. We're gonna get that going. Hashtag monkey love,
Monkey
people.
love.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, real quick, where can we find you online?
Oh, you can
Or
find
anywhere.
You can find me on Twitter at Sabina has no R. I do a lot of work for Legion of Leia. Coming soon. I actually wrote a lot about Kong Skull Island. So set visit report and character bios. You can find that on comingsoon.net. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
And you're also on the Supergirl After Show.
And I'm also on Supergirl After Show with Lewis Love.
Hopefully, I'll be in next week. And yourself?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Real Cool Dude, REEL. Also YouTube, same name, The Real Cool Dude. I do movie reviews because I'm a movie nerd. And every now and again, teaming up with Mr. Love here with Nuke the Fridge, doing some things on his website and doing more movie-related business. But yeah, catch me, The Real Cool Dude.
Yeah, and you have a good recap of the, what was it, John Wick 2?
John Wick 2 junket. So if you haven't seen it, see it and read about it on nukethefridge.com.
And guys, my name is Lewis Love. You can find me at Nuke the Fridge on Twitter, and that's on Instagram and MySpace and wherever else. I don't know. But the most important part is we're here at the stream.tv.
Yes.
Okay, and we're here often. Thank God.
Yeah,
because
and
of your
even
support.
when we're not on, you can catch us in the DC after show groups.
Yes.
that
Shout
are
out to
run by
Lance
Osfresser.
Osfresser.
He does our social media, Facebook, give him a like. He's doing an amazing job. So make sure to
and
check
find
that
us there
out.
commenting.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really cool community of fellow nerds. And we all just go in, speculate, talk it up. It's a lot of fun. Get in on the convo.
But I have some other news real quick.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. So we're on, right? And in a little bit, Legends of Tomorrow
That's
after show.
right. Yeah.
All right, so it doesn't end. So please stay on right now or go get a sandwich, come back.
And come hang out with our friends Jamie, Alvin, and Patrick.
They are so
They're
good.
awesome.
I actually try to pattern myself on them. So you see similarities.
Thanks, guys.
You see you guys.
Bye.